Jessica Andrade pulled off one of the more shocking UFC title fight knockouts in recent memory on Saturday when she used a vicious slam to put Rose Namajunas out cold and capture the UFC strawweight title in the UFC 237 headliner. Andrade, we knew coming into this fight, her size, her strength, her power was going to be a huge X factor in her favor, but leading up to the slam, the fight was not going her way. Namajunas came into this looking extremely sharp after a long layoff and was really picking Andrade apart over the course of the fight. A brilliant first round. It spilled over into the second, but one mistake is all it needs in this game to cost you the title, and that's what Namajunas had. She held on to the submission a little too long, and Andrade took advantage and put her out cold with the slam, the 11th slam finish in UFC history, 4th to take place in a title fight, and now Andrade is the ruler of this division. What happens next at this point? Lots of talk about a potential immediate rematch, but Rose Namajunas is in a very uncertain place coming out of this fight. She expressed some questions about whether she will continue fighting, what she needs to do to get back in there, if that's possibly the case, but just a lot of question marks surrounding her at this point. And I think if you're Andrade, she always wants to be active, always wants to compete. She may have to look at fighting someone else in the interim until we know exactly what is going on with Namajunas. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a rematch if she's able to do it, but it seems like right now fighting is maybe not her number one priority. So I think you let the division move on, and there's no shortage of potential contenders in the weight class. There is Michelle Waterson, who is out there doing a good winning streak herself, but I think the number one contender has to be the winner of your Nina Ansaroff versus Tatiana Suarez fight taking place at UFC 238. That's a huge fight for the weight class. It's less than a month away, and I think it makes all the sense in the world to potentially have the number one contender coming out of that matchup, especially if it's Suarez, who has had a lot of hype ever since she won the Ultimate Fighter and came into the UFC, and she is on an unbeaten streak inside the octagon, and I think ready for that title opportunity if she's able to get by Ansaroff, who is no slouch herself. But on this night, it is Andrade using her vicious power to put Rose out cold and win the UFC strawweight title.